The year is 1929. In the glittering streets of New York, optimism fills the air. Brokers shout in joy, ticker tapes roll endlessly, and fortunes rise overnight. But behind the champagne laughter, cracks are forming, small, invisible, ignored. Just like today, no one wants to believe the party could ever end. History doesn't repeat, they say, but cheats, but it whispers, and this time, the whisper is growing louder. In the roaring 20s, America believed it had discovered permanent prosperity. Radios, automobiles, and skyscrapers, symbols of unstoppable progress. Every investor thought the stock market was a staircase to heaven. Banks handed out loans like candy, and even the working class poured their savings into stocks. It felt revolutionary, unstoppable, until it wasn't. That same feeling exists today, dressed in modern words, crypto, AI stocks, digital innovation. The illusion of infinite growth has returned, wearing new clothes. Easy credit. That's how the roaring 20s roared. People borrowed to buy stocks, betting on a dream that could only rise. It worked, until it didn't. Leverage turned fortunes into ashes. Today, the same addiction hides under new names. Margin loans, buy now, pay later, speculative trading apps. People aren't investing, they're gambling with borrowed hope. And when hope runs out, panic begins. By early 1929, the signs were there. Falling industrial production, shrinking profits, rising debt. But newspapers said everything's fine. Just like 2025, glowing headlines, bullish analysts, confident leaders. The calm before disaster feels peaceful, even beautiful. That's why it's so dangerous. Every great collapse begins with silence. October 24th, 1929. Black Thursday. Stocks plunge. The dream ends. Panic erupts as traders shout. Phones ring endlessly. And paper fortunes vanish in minutes. That day changed everything. But could we be standing on the edge of our own Black Thursday? 2025 edition. The markets rise higher than reason, powered by hype, not strength. History waits patiently, ready to strike again. When one domino falls, it doesn't stop. In 1929, it wasn't just stocks. It was banks, jobs, homes, families. A single crack turned into an avalanche. Today, that same fragile chain exists. Real estate bubbles, overvalued tech, unpayable debt. The question isn't if it will fall, but when. When the crash came, it wasn't millionaires who paid the deepest price. It was the workers, the small shop owners, the dreamers. Breadlines stretched for blocks. Children wore worn shoes. Families lost everything. Behind every graph was a human story. Silent, broken, forgotten. The Great Depression wasn't about numbers, it was about people. Politicians promised stability. Economists claimed the worst was over. But they were wrong, just like they are now. The rescue plans of the past, much like today's bailouts and digital stimulus, only delayed the reckoning. You can't fix a wound by covering it with gold. You must face the pain beneath it. In both 1929 and today, the heart of the problem is the same. Money lost its meaning. It became numbers on a screen, not sweat from labor. In 1929, paper stocks promised wealth. In 2025, it's digital assets, crypto dreams, speculative AI funds. But value built on illusion is value built on air, and air always escapes. We promised never to forget 1929. We built laws, institutions, and safety nets, but greed has a short memory. Every generation thinks it's smarter than the last, that they can outwit the cycle. Yet history smiles knowingly, because it's seen this pride before. Every bubble feels different until it bursts the same. Human nature never changes. The same hunger that drove 1920s speculation drives 2025's trading apps. Hope becomes greed. Greed becomes blindness. We convince ourselves that this time is different, but it never is. The markets reflect us. Our fears, our arrogance, our longing to escape reality. Back then, the banks controlled the dream. Today, it's algorithms, invisible empires shaping every trade, every investment, every illusion. Markets are no longer human. They're machines fed by emotion and greed. The faces may have changed, but the story remains hauntingly familiar. In 1929, personal debt suffocated households. In 2025, the chains are digital. Credit cards, student loans, housing bubbles. Everyone owes someone, and the weight grows heavier each year. A nation built on debt cannot stand forever. It collapses not from outside attacks, but from within. Look closely today. Companies reporting losses yet rising in stock price. Households living paycheck to paycheck. Nations printing money to survive. It's a fragile illusion held together by belief. Once belief fades, everything else follows. The cracks are already showing. The 1929 crash was not just financial, it was spiritual. People lost faith in progress, in fairness, in the future. Today, as social media fuels false optimism and digital wealth fantasies, we are repeating that same tragedy. When faith replaces logic, collapse becomes inevitable. Inflation, record debt, housing bubbles, artificial market rallies, the warnings are clear, yet silence dominates. Few dare to speak. The system depends on confidence, not truth. But truth always finds a way. And when it does, it demands payment. The unraveling never happens in one day. It begins slowly. Missed payments, layoffs, shrinking investments. Then suddenly everything breaks. The fall feels instant, but it's been building for years. The 1929 crash was born in the heart of 1925's arrogance, just as 2025's collapse is being written now. When the storm finally comes, illusions die. But truth remains. People rediscover what matters. Food, family, community, faith. The 1930s forged resilience through pain. Perhaps we must endure our own trial to remember what wealth truly means. Not numbers, but meaning. Empires rise on confidence and collapse on arrogance. The financial empire of today, like Rome, believes itself eternal. But eternity has never belonged to man. The same sun that lit Wall Street in 1929 now shines on us in 2025, and its light reveals the same cracks, the same greed, the same fate waiting quietly. History is not a prophecy, it's a mirror. What we see in it depends on whether we're brave enough to look. The 1929 crash wasn't just about money. It was about human blindness. As 2025 unfolds, we stand again on the edge. Will we learn this time or repeat the same fall? The choice, as always, is ours.